Hey there, Melina. It is Jay Obertans at Rorick Mazda. So I wanted to thank you again for checking out this MX-5. I gotta say, it's bittersweet for me to make this. I had one identical to this, a 2017 in gray. It was a demo that I had taken out for 18 months, and unfortunately, when I had to renew it, I was in the middle of a move, and I'm in a CX-5 now until the end of this year. But I have to say, some of the best fun I had in this life was this car, mainly because I couldn't haul people in it. But also, my partner doesn't even drive standard, so it was kind of like that one thing that I could have that was nice, because we always make a joke with each other that we can never have nice things. Sadly, it's really not a joke. But I figured by making you a video here would better be able to show you the car a little bit more about it, especially as it is the higher end of the Grand Touring level. So headlights is difficult to see, but they kind of have this piercing, bright bluish cast to them. They are full LED lights. So there's very bright lights you see on like a lot of BMW, Lexus, Audi. In the bottom of the bumper, you have 8 LED lights that will be your daytime running light, and these headlights will also move left to right as you turn the steering wheel. They are adaptive. Even more so is a high beam control. They can read light coming at the front of the car and be able to use the high and low beams automatically. Now you have these really cool kind of dark cast 17-inch alloy wheels, as well as the black top kind of looks nice on this pearl white paint. And then you'll see an option, though it does have, is the white spoiler that kind of goes along the rear, and then you'll see the dual exhaust pipes. Now, all Miatas run a high-performance variant of the 2-liter Skyactiv engine. Even better is I actually used mine, and surprisingly, I'd get about 38 miles to the gallon on the highway. Now, granted, these cars are like light sports cars, but still, that's impressive for a fun little, I called them like the adult Mario go-kart is what mine reminded me of. And then you'll see things like LED lights throughout the rear. The top, I will say, though they make them in a hardtop variant, I'm still very partial to the soft top as this one is because it's a true convertible. Also, it's much easier to use. I could put the top up and down almost 3 times in the time that it took the power top just to fold down. Now, safety-wise is always big on Mazda's list, so you'll have lane departure, so if you're drifting out of your lane, it'll beep at you. And you also have blind spot monitoring in each side mirror, so there'll be like these little indicators that will light up in the corner to let you know if someone's on the left or right side of you. Now, a great thing is if you're part of the 2% of Pittsburgh that actually uses their turn signal, it'll beep at you. And then you might see a little black button there on the door handle. It's for the advance key. Since everything is push button start, as long as the key is in your bag, pocket, purse, or whatnot, you can just walk up and use that button to lock and unlock the car. Now onto interior here, you're going to have a black leather interior with this red stitching. Everything is very kind of heavily bolstered, bucketed. You'll see that white carries through. Very Audi style cabin, as you'll notice that you have a 7-inch touchscreen that floats up front and center. I use the term touchscreen pretty loosely because only when you're parked or stopped is it actually going to allow you to touch stuff up there. As you're driving, everything is going to be controlled on that BMW-like joystick behind the gear shifter. And you might see those little lights down there at the console for the heated seats. I turn this one up on high. And then you'll obviously see the screen. You will have in-dash navigation. If I click this little button here that says NAV, you'll see it'll pull up the navigation. You'll have things like Bluetooth for all of your telematics communication. You have these pretty cool little sidekick plates that say MX-5, so that way if you're in like shoes or heels, you're not scratching this baby up. And you got 3 pedals. That's what these cars are made for. Now, one thing that I love is you're going to see the little latch up there by the rear view mirror. It is super easy. I'm going to try to see if I can film myself doing this. But all you do is grab this and pull down and push up. And there you go, your top's down. And I figured it would be a lot easier if I actually showed you. Now there we go. That's what you want to be like driving around in summer. I miss mine. Now, granted, I got a sunroof. It's like the same thing. In Pittsburgh, we're never sunny, so it's like, you know, I guess I didn't miss too much. Now, I will save the best for last, is what I call. One of my favorite features about this vehicle is if you walk up to the headrest, you're going to see a little Bose plaque there, and it is because this whole headrest, you'll see the speaker cut out, is actually a speaker. So when the top is down, you have an audio pilot that measures noise coming into the cabin. So when you actually open the top, it does a sensor to put most of the volume as well as sound, bass, everything in the headrest. So that way, even with when the top is down, all of the sound is coming right at your ears where your head is laying. So it honestly sounds like the top is up, which is pretty nice. Now to run over a couple of quick things, to close the top, it's really easy. If I pull this, you'll see it's spring-loaded, it pops right up. All I do is pull that latch down, and you'll see I did it with one hand holding the iPad. Now, last but not least is this vehicle is certified. So if you're kind of asking yourself, what does the certification entail? And it does quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. You'll see this is the key fob for it. But in terms of history, it has to be one owner and it has to be accident-free. Ironically, this vehicle was traded in on a Bentley. As crazy as that sounds, we bought it from our Bentley Maserati store in Wexford. A customer traded it in towards a GT Continental, which is kind of like, it makes you scratch your head. You could probably buy 10 of these for the price of that, but otherwise, it was a great thing, so they called us and we ended up taking it in. But regardless, certified, so one owner, accident-free. All of the maintenance records have to be available, and your wearables, which would be your tires, brakes, and rotors, all have to be above 60% remaining life to pass. And then your condition report has to be 90 out of 100, meaning that there cannot be any dents, blemishes, any scuffs, scrapes, scratches. The condition report on this vehicle was 99 out of 100. To give you an indication that it's damn near flawless. They'll always find one little chip in the hood or something to deduct a point. Last but not least is the Rorick Advantage. Something that you may or may not be familiar with us is we're the largest Mazda dealer in the region. But again, if you're kind of scratching your head asking yourself, like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Well, one thing that you get is all of your routine maintenance, which would be your oil changes, your yearly inspections, anytime that you come in for service, a free loaner car. Car washes and more are going to be free for the life of ownership, meaning that you'll never pay for one. Rorick will actually cover all of the oil changes, inspections, among others. So I'm going to go ahead, run in and upload this video because I thought it would be pretty helpful just to give you an idea a little bit more about the car. And that way, if you ever want to swing in and meet with me, I'd look forward to the opportunity. But more importantly, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday and look forward to hearing back some of your thoughts. Thanks again.